Hey Sean, how's it going? How was traffic?
Hey, Pedro, doing really good. Traffic wasn't too bad. The GPS took me locally, but hey, I made it.
Yeah, it's because usually the 10's always packed
Oh, definitely. I feel ya.
because all the construction that they're doing.
Right, right. It's because of the construction, but luckily I didn't have to go that route today.
No, yeah, and then the 15 also gets packed.
It's definitely the worst, especially during rush hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I was trying to time it.
Right. Yeah, I think the timing was really good. I was able to avoid all of that before it got really bad.
Yeah, and thank you for making it. I know we were trying to schedule it last week, but you told me you were at the Natural Expo. How was that?
Right, yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't make it last week, but good thing that we can set a time for today. So, the Natural Expo West was definitely a really interesting experience because this is the time that we can introduce and promote our product. So, currently, we're trying to grow more of our branded products, such as our denatural juice. We have dragon juice, we have passion fruit, and we have sour soap. As well with our banana chips, we have honey flavor and we have coconut sugar. And let me tell you, everyone loved it. Everyone thought it was really refreshing. And I think it was a really good experience overall. You know, I've been attending to this show ever since I was a teenager with my father. And I think it's really good to meet people and it's really a way to get our product out there.
And what is your company's name?
So our company name is called Takari International. We are based in Ontario, California.
So why do you attend this expo?
Yeah, so the reason why I attend this Expo West is because I think it's a really good experience to find businesses because sometimes we find a lot of potential buyers. An example would be someone from Costco. They actually visited our booth and they tried some of our sample, especially the denatural juices,
Yeah.
and they really liked it. And then they want to give us a shot at possibly selling it to Costco. So I think that once it is approved, hopefully we can get a roadshow going. Because you know when you go to Costco, you see people giving out samples.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe if you go to Costco, you might see me giving out samples of this juice. And yeah, I think it's definitely a way for buyers to see our product and make potential business and overall meet people. And they also give out samples too. So that's always fun to take.
Yeah, and how does that work? You know, since Costco showed interest,
Yeah.
what's the next step that your company does?
Yeah, so currently it's still in the work with Costco, right? Because we have to get the paperwork, we have to, just do a lot of back and forth communicating. Unfortunately, they haven't approved it yet. We're still in the middle process of that, but we are still trying to get it into Costco and try to make it more mainstream. Currently, we sell to this place called Kehi. If you are familiar with it, they're like American distributor who is also trying to help us grow this denatural fruit juice as well.
And where is that located? Kringi.
Kehi, I believe it is also local as well. I don't quite remember at the top of my head, but yeah, we've been working with them for a while.
Did you make other connections besides Costco?
So in this food show, I believe that the vice president of Daiso came over to our booth, and he showed interest in the chips, I believe. But that's also currently still in the works, because this mainstream market is really hard to sell. Because, like, for example, going back to the Costco example, right?
Yeah.
If you don't do well in the roadshow, that's it. They're cutting you off. So that's why it's very competitive, and it is even attending the roadshow for it is very competitive as well. Like I've talked with other businesses as well. Have you heard of Milky's? It's like a Korean soda. They sell it to Costco. I've talked with them before, and they say the roadshow was very competitive. So just trying to learn from other businesses as well, and trying to apply it to ours.
And just for the audience to learn, what's the roadshow? What it's involved in the roadshow?
Of course. So the roadshow is like if you guys had been to like Costco, you probably see a lot of salespeople promoting whether it's a frying pan or they promote like pizza or like any kind of food. So basically, it's a show where they demonstrate the product, and if enough people buy and if the sales are good, Costco will keep it and probably make it a permanent thing. So basically, it's a testing trial to see if your product is good or not, and they do it through this roadshow.
And do they tell you where you could start, or do you choose the cities?
Yeah, so basically, we also had another food show in Las Vegas called Winter Fancy Food Show.
Yeah.
That's where we also met another Costco buyer, and then apparently she is in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So it also depends where is the buyer located and what can they do for you, because of course Costco is very big, so we have to like kind of go by their rules and their standard.
Yeah.
So if they say, okay, you're going to start in San Francisco or you're going to start in Chicago or wherever, that's where you basically have to listen to them if you want to get your product into Costco. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a tough process, but I think if you are able to execute it, it will definitely be worth it, because everyone knows Costco. So
Yeah.
It will help the brand grow.
So the salesperson from San Francisco,
Right.
there's a big chance you'll be able to start in San Francisco.
Yeah, so we met with her in Las Vegas. We sent over some samples.
Yeah.
And I mean, when she came over to our booth, she loved it.
Yeah.
She likes it. And then, so that's already a good sign. So it's just waiting for approval from, the boss of her.
Yeah.
Because, and I think in the Natural Expo West, another Costco buyer came. And then, so that is also another good way to, a good way for them to demonstrate the product and possibly bring it into the market and hopefully show more interest in it.
So if it happens, then you'll go to Costco in San Francisco, and then you're able to have people try it out.
Right. Yeah. So it's like have people try it out, and then we also have the sale. People can buy it too if they want, and if there's enough sales, then we're good to go. If the sales are not good, you are out.
Yeah, I think that's very helpful when somebody comes to you and they're even suggesting a market to go to, and then you're able to go display your product, and if people really like it, then you're able to stay in Costco.
Of course.
Because that's something that Costco's known for.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're very competitive. And also you notice that in Costco, a product is always changing because it's seasonal. So sometimes if the product is seasonal, they'll change. But if your product is good enough to stay forever, then you definitely have more of the advantage in that situation.
What do you think about your product? Is it seasonal?
So I believe that our juices, right? Everyone can enjoy it, whether it's summer, winter, but mostly during the summer is the best because that's when it's hot and people love to drink juice. It is best to drink it when it's cold. And the best part about these juices, right? Yes, no added sugar, no preservative, no artificial flavor, and no artificial colors. And it tastes good because all of the sugar that is coming is from the actual fruit. So people love the dragon fruit, people love passion fruit, and people love soursop. Or we're trying to get soursop to be more mainstream because I think that's really popular in the Asian market. So I think the most popular flavor right now is passion fruit, but my personal favorite is dragon fruit. So I think year-round people will love the juice. And I think if I really had to pick a season on when it is the best time to drink, I would say probably summer.
Okay. And you mentioned that you've been attending these expos with your father since you were young. How old were you?
Ooh, okay. So I believe that the first expo that my dad introduced me, it was in New York, in a JW Marriott, I believe. It's a really big food show in New York, and he showed me the place at 16. But I didn't really work at the booth. I was just attending the show and just looking around. And then I think the first time that I actually worked at the booth and then actually business-wise is probably when I was 19 before I started college.
Yeah.
Or 18, excuse me, 18 before I started college.
So who started the company?
It was my father, and shout out to him.
Yeah,
he's a really successful man. Because I know that before we discuss about entrepreneurship, I tried doing drop shipping, print on demand, affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
During my college year, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. So, my father was kind enough to take me under his wing and show me how to do business. And he is my mentor right now. And, I owe a lot to him. He's a really good mentor and a really good father.
Mm-hmm. Well, where is your dad from?
My dad is from Indonesia, specifically from Surabaya.
And how did you start this company? Your dad?
Yeah. So it started back in 1988, so a really long time. And he started selling chopstick. So that's basically how, the business started, because he told me that during that time it was a recession. So, jobs were also really hard to find as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why he had to get into entrepreneurship in order to support himself. So he started off with chopstick, and eventually it transitioned into food and beverages.
Did he start his company here or in Indonesia?
Like he started here in California.
Yeah. And did he get here in the 80s?
Yeah. So he went to school here. He went to school in Oklahoma, and then after he graduated, he moved to California because he believed that there's more opportunities here in California.
And what was his major?
He studied engineering.
Oh, okay.
Engineering.
Mechanical, electrical.
If I remember correctly, I believe it's civil engineering.
Oh, civil. So in the 80s, did he lose his job? That's what he...
Oh, no. Well, see, it was hard to find a job to begin with.
Oh, okay.
And I also kind of definitely relate with that, because I know the job market has been tough for me. So, he probably basically saw that struggle and understand that struggle. So, which is also another reason why he took me in and decided to mentor me and also teach me how to do the business as well.
Did he tell you why he chose chopsticks first?
So in terms of the chopstick, it was just something that wasn't very common at the time. But then, I think there's more Chinese buyer and that would come to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened is that they were able to sell it for more cheaper. So that's why he had to switch product quickly.
Do you remember what he switched to?
I believe it's always been a food. Yeah, especially I think the food started with like Danish cookies, butter cookies. That have been doing well as well with our other product, coconut water and coconut cream.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, as we progress into the business, we really want to focus more on our branded products, such as our juices and our banana chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to transition into that rather than selling other people's product.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that your dad took you under his wing because of the job market. What's your role right now in the company?
Yeah. So currently my title right now is e-commerce specialist when I first started. So, but I've been doing and learning about the different roles too. So, sometimes I would occasionally check on the website, but we have, and then I also manage the social media. Our social media is The Natural USA. That's the one I manage.
Yeah.
And then I also help with the payroll, a little bit with the finance of the payroll. And I also help manage inventory, checking inventory. Occasionally we need some labeling done too.
Mm-hmm.
So I also would do some of the warehouse work, and also going to trade show, meeting people, and help promoting our items. So I have like multiple roles in the company as of now, and I also have a certificate for FSVP.
What is that?
So basically, it's this. So it's basically this license where you need like approval for like FDA, because in the food business, right, there's a lot of FDA regulations. So that's one of the certificate you need to be able for your food to qualify.
You mentioned that right now there's not a good job market. What did you go to school for? What's your major?
So I went to my major is business, specifically in technology and operation management. So it's heavily focused on supply chain.
Yeah.
So during this time, I was just applying to some position, like for example like PepsiCo, Cisco. Fortunately, I didn't get it. I think if I network and really put myself out there a little bit more, I probably could have landed a job. But I was also thinking about because like I've always been like entrepreneurship minded.
Yeah.
Right. So I was wondering, should I, go, should I look into a job even more, or should I just work with my dad? So at the end of the day, I still lean towards my dad because, I was not really hearing any feedback from the other jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to, work with my dad full time. Now, I'm not saying that in an entrepreneurship journey that a 9 to 5 is a bad thing, because I think it can be a good thing because it can teach you skills and it can possibly expand your network. But, I think currently I am fortunate enough to have someone to look up to that is able to help me guide through my entrepreneurship journey.
And where did you go to school?
I went to school at Cal Poly Pomona. Go Broncos.
And what is your goal for Takari International? What's your goal?
My main goal right now is to make our branded product, especially the D-Natural juices, mainstream, and be able to push more sales on that. So that is my overall goal. That's why I created a separate Instagram account for D-Natural specifically, so that I can get people to really notice it.
So you could find it on Instagram?
Yeah, so our Instagram is DNatural, DANNATURAL USA on Instagram.
Where else do you have an account for your product?
Currently just Instagram. We look forward to do TikTok in the future, but right now really just Instagram until we're able to put more content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How come you haven't started a TikTok?
Yeah, I think it's just time with the content. I guess I just have been pushing off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
But I know TikTok is definitely a growing one. It's really easy to get exposure on TikTok,
mm-hmm.
and I know that TikTok has been a little bit controversial lately with the bans going on and all that. So it's just a matter of time of waiting about what's gonna happen with that. Because I think it's good to get some exposure of that. But unfortunately, if they're gonna ban TikTok, I feel like that's also going to my work's gonna be for no use at that point. Mm-hmm. But maybe hopefully if something good happens in the future, hopefully if TikTok stays, then that's something I would look forward to in the future.
Yeah. Now that you graduated, and you're working with your father, and you've had exposure going to expos and then different functions of your business, what advice would you give to students right now that are going and trying to finish their degree in business?
Awesome. Yeah, I really love this question because so my advice to you guys is work really hard, and also don't push yourself too hard, because I know during my time as a student I feel overwhelmed, I feel pretty stressed. So but I want to let you guys know that just keep going forward, and you will make it, because I am someone that has like a learning disability growing up. So if I can do it, you guys can do it as well.
Can you share? Do you want to share a little bit about your disability? If you feel comfortable.
Yeah. So I mean, growing up, I've always had trouble really paying attention in class, or really understand the subject. And the reason why I bring this up is to make others maybe feel relatable, and really to inspire others too.
Yeah.
So just growing up, I just struggle with school. So if someone like me can do it, you guys can do it as well.
So your struggle was paying attention,
and sometimes when a teacher would teach me how to basically teach me how to do a certain subject, it would be hard for me to really understand it. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's always been a struggle for me, because I feel like I'm slower than my other peers.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just hard for me to keep up with my peers in terms of the studies, because I would often fall behind. But but just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't do it. It means that you just think differently than everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own journey, and because the quote I like to give out is that life is not a race, but it is a journey. So you shouldn't always compare yourself with others because you are your own person, and you should just focus on your own lane and don't compare yourself with anyone. Because I know especially college students like to compare with their other peers, saying, "Oh, why did he get a better grade than me?" And "Oh man, I don't feel as cool as this person because they're in so many club activities." So there's a lot of comparison in college. So that's also another advice I would like to give is don't compare. You just don't compare yourself with your peers.
And if you don't mind, if I could ask about your disability, how old were you when you found out about your disability?
Yeah, so I was probably in probably 6th grade, around that. Yeah, around that age, I would say.
Thank you, Sean, for coming to the podcast. Let's review your product.
Of course.
Can you start from that side, please?
Of course. So this is our dragon juice, and first of all, I would like to mention that our product is all natural, right? Yes, no added sugar, no preservative, no artificial flavor, and no artificial colors. And when I say that, everyone loves it. They're like, "Wow, this tastes good," and it doesn't have all this bad stuff in it. So automatically, that makes people really happy and really like our product too. So over here, we have our dragon juice flavor. And then we have our passion fruit flavor, and we have our soursop juice flavor. And behind this, we have our banana chips. It will be honey, honey flavor and coconut sugar. These are from Indonesia, the banana chips, and the drinks is manufactured in Vietnam. But that's overall the product so far.
If I want to order it, where can I order it?
Yeah, consumer. Of course. So you can order it through our website at takari.com, TAKARI.com, COM.
And what's the Instagram for your product?
Yeah, so we are Takari International. We have two different type of Instagram. So the one I manage is DNatural USA. So DNATURAL USA on Instagram. And then for the Takari International, it will be TAKARI and then International INTERNATIONAL on Instagram.
And how about you, Sean? Do you have an Instagram?
I do have an Instagram. So mine is pretty simple. It's just S and then Takari. So STAKARI. So please give me a follow.
How about X? Do you have X?
And
Twitter?
It's the same. It should be the same thing as my Instagram. It's STAKARI. And I also have a YouTube channel. I'm an aspiring content creator. It will be a Gen Z older brother. So it's GENZ and then older brother. And is it cool if I sure? Yeah. So basically, it started out as a gaming channel because I love gaming. And then I think it's slowly transitioning into me, talking about like Gen Z struggle, Gen Z mental health, telling story times, because like I feel like I want to be like an older brother to some of this younger Gen Z or this younger student as well, because I have a younger sister. Yeah, she always asks me about advice about school. And then that's definitely something valuable, I believe, I could bring to.
Well, thank you, Sean, for coming to the podcast.
Of course.
And then I'll be putting the links,
of course,
so people could go and check out your product and follow you on Instagram and YouTube.
Great. Yeah. It was fun being here. Thank you so much for having me on, and I love doing this.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean.
Of course.